Today
Now
on
turn up.
Cracking Cases. Hey everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. Been working on some stuff today, be able to show everybody something, or a lot of stuff actually, that been trying to put together. Today has been a busy day. We'll give everybody a chance to get in here. Oh, it's 38. That jumped up really fast. Hey everybody. Let's say hi to everybody that's in here. Hey Diane Harlow. Hey Huns Home Life. I think that's how you say that. Diana Smith. Cabin Babies. Hi Lane. Let's see here. Truth and Justice Channel. How are you doing? Miranda
Half
Smith.
pint.
Half Pint. Yeah. D Huffmaster. How you doing? Hey Twister. Hey Brenda. Karen A. MJ Couch. Nice to see Tennessee Hogwarts. Nice to see everybody. So I've been looking up stuff since last night on kind of what criteria would be to clear a suspect. It didn't come out, I didn't really find much that I thought I would find. But I found some stuff and we'll go over it and we're going to talk about I guess what I have found. Let's see here. So I think you had a good point on what you said that people need to understand too. We have a bunch of cases that I was looking into because that's really what I was led to, looking into cold cases and stuff that have been going on for years and years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. That people were still suspects because you go.
So the way that I look at it, there's not any evidence to clear them as a suspect because there's not any evidence that they didn't do a crime, but there's not any evidence that they did do a crime.
So,
and right now, as far as with Summer goes, the only evidence that we know of that law enforcement has talked about is that Summer's missing.
She's not there.
She's not there.
I mean, we have some things that are, I mean, as far as like we have sense and we have, the scream, even though they want to say unfounded, I don't think that we can completely throw that to the curb, dismiss that. Because what was it said? Nobody can say that, I mean, as far as Jody Sue and her, they can't say that they didn't hear it, and they can't say that they did. So it's
the only people that can say whether or not something happened is the people who were there.
Yeah, that's better way of explaining it. So I'm gonna try. Give me just a second. Bear with me, and I will try to pull up what I was looking at last night, as far as what I found on Criterion, and this is actually a 2010 thing that was put out from the FBI on how they clear suspects and that. And I didn't get to read it thoroughly, but we'll go over it together. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Period. You want to go ahead and talk about? You got that one on, so.
Yeah, I was trying to look at the chat here. Thank you guys, everybody, for being here. As far as everything that 423 Chase is saying, we don't know. We don't know. I had not heard.
I haven't had those reports to us. Whoever is telling him that has told him that. I haven't heard anything on that, and I can't. So that's why
really speak on that.
We can't speak on that, and that's why we went on. That's why we did a live and said let's be very careful and let's just go on what law enforcement tells us.
Law enforcement has not spoken on that at all, so we're not gonna really comment anymore on that because we don't. Yeah, we don't know.
I have no ideas. We can't speak on something we don't know. Let me share my screen here, and I will show you what I've got pulled up here. Oh, this is showing that window. Okay, here we go. Actually, did that pull up wrong? I think it did that wrong.
No, it says no. It's up.
Okay, that's showing that, so I can do it on a different window. I think it went to the wrong. Here it is, actually. I can do it from right here, so this works out. All right, so we'll go over this together, and if you guys can see what I'm throwing up here. Okay, this is from Crime in the United States, 2010, U.S. Department of Justice, Federal Bureau of Investigation. Offenses cleared. In the FBI's Uniform Crime Reporting UCR program, law enforcement agencies can clear or close offenses in one of two ways: by arrest or by exceptional means. Although an agency may administratively close a case, that does not necessarily mean that the agency can clear the offense for UCR purposes. To clear an offense with the UCR program guidelines, the reporting agency must adhere to certain criteria, which are outlined in the following text. Note the UCR program does not distinguish between offenses cleared by arrest and those cleared by exceptional means in collecting or publishing data via the traditional summary reporting system. So they can either clear one by arrest, which in the UCR program, a law enforcement agency reports that an offense is cleared by an arrest or solved for crime reporting purposes when three specific conditions have been met. The three conditions are: at least one person has been arrested, charged with commission of the offense, turned over to the court for prosecution, whether following arrest, court summons, or police notice. I think that's saying, like, if they find investigate, it's all in their hands pretty much what they do. And I did this for my own uh, curiosity last night.
We were talking about it last night, and we were trying to.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Hold on, just
hold
a
on
second.
1 second, and let me. Hold on. Hold on, guys. One.
Sorry, guys.
Have to like I said, family first there. Okay, let me go back to what I was looking at here. All right, so then we have, in the clearance calculations, UCR program counts the number of offenses that are cleared, not the number of persons arrested. The arrest of one person may clear several crimes, and the arrest of many persons may clear only one offense. In addition, some clearances that an agency records in a particular calendar year, such as 2010, may pertain to offenses that occurred in previous years. Cleared by exceptional means. In certain situations, elements. Yeah, sorry, guys. Zoom in a little bit. Sorry about that. In certain situations, elements beyond law enforcement's control prevent the agency from arresting and formally charging the offender. When this occurs, the agency can clear the offense exceptionally. Law enforcement agencies must meet the following four conditions in order to clear an offense by exceptional means. The agency must have identified the offender, gathered enough evidence to support an arrest, make a charge, and turn over the offender to the court for prosecution. Identified the offender's exact location so that the suspect could be taken into custody immediately. Encountered a circumstance outside the control of law enforcement that prohibits the agency from arresting, charging, and prosecuting the offender. So that's basically saying not enough evidence, or there is enough. Examples of exceptional clearances include, but not limited to, the death of an offender. Example, this word I can't say because I'm on YouTube. Justifiably, this word by police or citizen. The victim's refusal to cooperate with the prosecution after the offender has been identified, or the denial of extradition because the offender committed a crime in another jurisdiction and is being prosecuted for that offense. In the UCR program, the recovery of property alone does not clear an offense. Okay, and then clearances involving persons
Yeah,
under
that
18,
doesn't.
that's pretty much nothing. Let's see.
Well, it
Because
doesn't
it doesn't
pertain
apply to this case, what we're
Yeah.
talking about. Overview. In 2010, 47.2% of violent crimes and 18.3% of property crimes in the nation were cleared by arrests of exceptional means. Sorry, I do not know who that is texting me. Okay, never mind. Let's see. Among violent crimes, 64.8% of murder offenses were cleared, 40.3% of forcible offenses were cleared, 28.2% of robbery offenses were cleared, and 56.4% of aggravated assault offenses were cleared. Clint, oh, thank you. I don't think you're timed out.
No,
Mama
she was
Dukes.
timed out. I'm not really sure. I don't know why that happened. I'm so sorry. I didn't see anything that warranted that.
Are
So
you
I'm
sure
very
it's not
sorry.
because of slow mode? We have slow mode
No,
on
it
and it
was.
won't let you type. Like it happened to you last night. Explain that. Like when we were typing on that one live. If you're, she shouldn't have been. Oh, it says, hey, Diane.
Hold on, I'm looking. She said that she dropped her phone.
Sorry
So I
about
don't
that.
think that was intentional.
Okay. I mean, that's, I don't know how helpful this was right here, but I was, this is just something I came across and I thought that it would be important to share with everybody. Let me remove that. Okay. So, that basically goes back to this, what we were saying before. When I looked into the slow chat is way too long. It is. Sorry, Chasing Drew.
That's what happened.
Okay,
Mama
sorry,
Dukes.
Diane. Yeah, we went back and looked at it. We apologize, and sorry if these things are coming up a little later for us and we can't see them. I'm trying to work on a better way of doing the chat than slow mode. Maybe I will figure out something better, but just bear with us. Okay, so back on topic, what I was talking about. Just like Allison said, you can't. So if basically they don't have enough evidence to charge somebody, or what was it? Explain how you said it.
There's just not enough evidence to clear somebody.
There's not enough to charge and there's not enough to clear.
There's not enough evidence proving that they did commit a crime. There's not enough evidence proving that they did not commit a crime.
Yeah. So that's I wanted to share with you guys that because I felt like that was important. To talk about just that was the FBI's how they deal with it. So I'm sure that state and local pretty much follow close guidelines to it. I tried to look at the state level, and there was nothing. I couldn't find anything on it. So I've put together a bunch of stuff for us to go over on this one, and there's some good information that we found, and there's some good things happening in this case, and I wanted to bring that up now. Let me see if I can.
It's okay.
Okay. Let me see. How do I get rid of this? And I will pull this next thing up. Okay. Let me share my whole screen and we'll do this. So this is the next good thing that I wanted to show with everybody. And I feel like this is awesome that this is happening. And this right here. Tell me if everybody can see that pretty well. And I will zoom in on it. Okay.
You went the opposite way.
Update. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry for the long delay, but I wanted to provide an update on the Need a Diver planned water search. We now have permission to conduct a water search, but we won't be disclosing when or where we will be searching. We will still have to get permission from individual landowners in order to gain access and search ponds that are on private property. We greatly appreciate all of the many kind words thus far. Please bear with us as this will not be a quick search. It will take many days to cover the bodies of water in and around the area. May God bless you all, and together we will bring summer home.
So there is a dive team that is coming in We don't know when, obviously, and that's a good thing, because people don't need to know when they're coming, but they are coming, and they're going to be searching some different bodies of water. And
and this is something that's awesome right here. Can one of the mods put our membership link and she's on an iPhone. You're going to have to go in through Safari app and it'll take you there. But you got to go through Safari, pull up YouTube on Safari and put cracking cases /member. I think
is it /join?
/join. That's what it is. Thank you so much. I don't know
why it's so much harder on an iPhone, but it is.
Hold on 1 sec.
Didn't know you did that.
Yeah, I muted for a second. But this is what is important. We talk about you can't talk about things on searches, and this is the reason why. Because when you report things in, you can report bodies of water that you might come across that might not be seen on Google Maps and might not be seen on certain areas. You report these things, and just to know that they are taking this seriously says a lot, and that teams are coming in to search those areas. That's what's important through this. And I feel like those are the answers that make me feel like we are doing the right thing and how we are handling things, that they're coming in, they're not disclosing locations. And that's the important thing. I want to go over this too. Here's D. Huffman. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We appreciate you so much. We had to talk about, as far as, okay, these people that say, their excuses, they come out and they talk about, well, I reported it to the TBI. Well, I reported it to TBI. That's
what they do. They say that they report things to the TBI, and I hope they do, but then they come out and they are talking about it on social media. And if something is important enough that you need to report it to the TBI, then you should probably not speak on it. Let TBI or whoever, whatever agency that you reported it to, let them deal with it and let them investigate it. Don't go and talk about it on social media, because that's not going to help anything.
Defeats the purpose and inhibit an investigation or hurt an investigation. All these things are viable, that especially if they hold water, if any of these reports hold water, give them a chance to look into it, to search things out before we talk about it. I feel like that's important to add. Guys, I'm getting better. If you can't notice, I'm breathing better and I'm not wheezing. I'm coughing just a little bit. So, thank you for your prayers, everybody. Thank you for supporting us the way you do. I got a lot more that I wanted to show you. I felt like this live was important, and a lot of people wanted to see what we had, and I have some more stuff to share with you. Give me just a second and I'll get that ready. So I shared this for our members. Excuse me, for our members only.
Couple days ago.
And
we also put it on our Facebook and Instagram too, I believe.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen it, I wanted to go ahead and let y'all see this. This was, somebody had sent this to Candace and Dawn.
You're not sharing the screen yet.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And they sent this, and this was a drawing that was done of Summer, and Candace went and got this framed, and I thought it was beautiful. Sorry, guys.
Very, very talented person that did that.
And that the likeliness of this was so pretty, and these are the things that are important. These things right here, and I always want to make sure that we cover this kind of stuff before anything else. We got the picture, if you didn't see it, in our community section, of the little wood box little thing that they built up on the road sign of Ben Hill that
has Zuma from Paw Patrol.
Yeah, Zuma on it. I mean, these people in this community have come together. They even though they might not have known her, but they don't like that these things happen, whatever the cases may be, whatever the excuse me, whatever the reason is, whatever happened, they're not going to stand for this happening in their community. And we're working on some more stuff. Excuse me, guys. I'm fine until I start talking, then I start coughing. How long is slow mode on for? It let me go in here and see if I can fix that real quick for everybody. Let me see if I can fix it. There's that. It is going pretty fast in here. Look how fast that's going. That's the reason why it's on slow mode. I can't keep up with it. Yeah, Aaron Chase. That was a good point too, of how
Share it.
Yeah, I'll put this up. This gives us hope for summer, and we didn't really get to touch on that as much with Chloe. That's
Cleo.
Cleo. Sorry, I said it wrong.
But I know that
You're gonna
she
have to
wasn't.
talk for a minute.
I know she was not missing as long as Summer has been missing, but still, that gives us hope. And like I said the other night, there's been a couple of kids that have been found that have been alive and well, and that gives us hope. And there's been cases in the past, like Elizabeth Smart. She was found, I think, after 9 months. So we can't give up hope yet that she is still safe.
Yeah, we can't exhaust any options. We have to go into these searches outdoors. We have to do it. I mean,
everything has to be looked into.
Due diligence on everything. Wouldn't have been wonder if Summer could have been found that quickly. Yeah, amen. It would have. Hey, Joe Marie Connorth. I've tried to say her name right in the comments too. I had something else I wanted to share. Oh, so we are getting ready to go into here. I'm trying to remove that.
I know. Hold on. I seen somebody asked about our email. I'm gonna have it scrolling across the screen there. Remove that.
Yeah, just take that comment down there. Okay, this is the next thing. So we are going into this here. Let me go back and so the Smokies, we are under a freeze warning tonight, and the Smokies is under its first. Smoky sees its first snow of fall season.
And we were actually supposed to get a little bit of snow here last night too, but if it did snow, I didn't see it snow, and it might have snowed in the middle of the night, but it wasn't enough to stick. So
yeah, we're under a freeze warning though tonight.
Yeah.
So I mean, let's just pray that things are happening soon before winter happens. And I'm not going to go into detail with that, but we have to. Let's pray that. Can't find your email on your page, Mojo Joe. It's scrolling right here at the bottom.
That's why I put it up.
We're running a little bit behind on it because of our slow mode. So let me see if I can catch anybody else's questions. And I definitely did want to tonight before anything else. I will drop a link, and we will let a few people come up, and we'll talk. I think that's we haven't done that in a while. I think that people deserve to be able to come up and have a discussion. We just ask you be polite, be courteous, and we'll discuss anything you want to. What did you want to do, Elsa?
I wanted to see.
Let me mute this real quick. I hate coughing on this thing. Okay.
So, Helen, I think you're talking about Cleo in that case, right?
Yeah, that's one thing I wanted to cover. Thank you for bringing that up.
And then she also said something right down here that I just saw. Oh, well, actually, it wasn't her, but
yeah, they, the parents in this with Cleo's case was they
were
accused pretty bad, and they, I think the behavior panel did something on them, and they come back. They even said they were telling the truth. Um, don't mark my words on that. I didn't do my research on that, but that's what I heard, that they had done an analysis on them and come back that they were being truthful. So let's not be so quick to jump the gun and just wait till the evidence points us there. Sasmare said, "Have you been checked for pneumonia?" I haven't. I need to be. Here, you talk. I'm going to go in here real quick. See if I can fix this.
Just trying to look through the chat here. Why are they now doing a water search?
I haven't coughed all day.
I know you haven't coughed at all day. And then you get on here and start talking. He's using his inhaler that I got him the other day, though. So, I don't know if they have. I know that there is water on properties that people may not have been aware of before. There's some, ponds on people's properties and things that don't even show up on Google Maps. So I don't know if they have come across water that they wanted to search that they have been told of now that they weren't aware of earlier on. And at this point, it's just important to check out everywhere. We have to look at everything. So everybody, but law enforcement has to look into everything.
It makes us happy though that we, when you come across bodies of water, wherever it may be that you're searching, that you report those things in, because those things, if say prior to that nobody knows they're there.
Yeah, they did do a water search in the beginning, but I think that this one is covering more different areas of water.
Yeah,
I think that one was just at one specific location, and I think this one is going to be multiple locations. From the way that made it sound, it looks like it's a couple of different places. So
that inhaler helped me. And I think it's where I turned the air on where it was
hot in here.
Or it was hot in here, and then it got a little cool.
Oh, yeah, I'm jealous.
You're seeing Zach Williams tonight? That's awesome, man. Good for you, buddy. Thank you for everything you do, and we'll be, as soon as we get everything together for our mods, I will send that out to you. I'll get your information from your email. I will email you. All right, guys. So if I'm gonna drop a link, and all I ask is, before I let you come up, that you show me who you are, your camera.
You don't have to have the camera on when you come up, but beforehand in the backstage, just show us.
I want to see praying hands, something. It is a private group who is doing the water searches.
I actually went to buy him a humidifier the other night, and our local Walmart was completely sold out. So
here, who is doing the water search? We don't know. It's a private group.
It's a group
that was I pulled it up there.
It's called Need a Diver.
Need a Diver. Yeah.
I don't know anything about them.
Mary Mojo Joseph, has there been a new tip? We don't know.
No idea.
I don't know who got a hold of them, but they obviously got it verified through law enforcement to allow them to come in and do what they need to do, or what they're going to do, and they're going to be going. I can't speak for them, so I don't know. I guess that, but from what they're saying, is they will be going to people's property to try to get permission to cover these areas. That's right. We will never quit searching. This person right here is amazing. We love y'all to death. You know Absolutely. Who you are, and we will never quit searching. That's a fact. Never. We're bringing this little girl home, one way or another. Okay, let me see here. I want to invite Let's see. Find a guest. Copy the clipboard. All I ask, like I said, is that we. How do you do this here? Paste.
Yeah. And just everybody, please be respectful if you do come up. That's all we ask.
And we'll have a discussion.
I'm going back and looking through stuff. The whole reason we put the chat on slow mode is just because it goes too fast for us to be able to see
And I will
everything.
never be able to answer everybody if we don't. Yeah, they took the cell phone information, and they I'm sure they sent all that stuff off. And if we go by what Chris McDonough had said, that all the phone information usually takes 30 to 60 days to come back. That's been back. So let's see, was the banner and drone footage?
That's what I was going to look at.
Sorry,
I just now seen that. Are you talking
about from the
Wells family official?
The Wells family official.
It's not on the ground.
It's not there.
It's not there. I think that was added just as he was doing the drone footage.
For theatrical.
Yeah, that's it. Believe me, it's not just laying there on the ground. I promise.
Yeah.
I don't really know what that was about.
Thank you, Project of Innocent. We will. And thank you for everything you've been doing. I know who you are too. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Guys, we threw that link down there. If you get it, if somebody wants to come up and talk, you're more than welcome to. If not, that's okay.
That's okay too.
I'm going to keep on. Did you know if Don and Candace are in any rehab programs? I do not know that. I know that they are working on things.
They are trying.
They're trying. That's what I can say. I think, as far as I know, Don has said he's not anymore. Just pray for him. Let's pray for willpower and strength.
Yeah.
Well, we will tell them. We tell them everybody's praying for them all the time.
Yeah, we tell them all the time about how everybody is praying for them and their family, and it's much appreciated.
Yeah, and I believe that's what he's trying to do with the banner and everything he plays and the drone footage. Is he's just trying to get her face out there and every chance he gets with it. And that's, I'm not going to knock him for doing that. Those new to their channel. Let me see here. People were shaming them for driving over it. Nobody drove over that. I was up there that day.
Yeah.
And the day after, that was not laying there. Nobody drove over that. I promise you. That was just there for him to do whatever he was doing for that video. Guys, I will put in the chat. Do you know the link to findsummerwells.com?
It's findsummerwells.com.
Yeah, put it in the link. Put it in the chat there. You type there. I'm not good at that.
I was like, what do you mean? Do you know the? Okay.
Let's see here. Michelle Clifford said, I don't even know. I have not been paying attention to any other channels. I will. I think there was an interview done. We did watch on Prairie Boy last night, that interview done. We cleared up everything we did on that video. If you haven't seen it, the actual factual
about the Billboard.
Actual factual facts about the Billboard.
Yeah.
I did a video. I explained everything on there.
To the best of our abilities, we did. And for anybody that missed that, Lamar does put out the active Amber Alert. The moment that it goes active, they are able to put the Amber Alerts up on their billboards. There's 3.
It's a limited.
Slots.
But it's a limited time. I don't even think it's 30 days that they keep it up.
I don't think it's
a very short period of time. They will put it up for that amount of time.
But that's not a billboard for a missing person. That is just the Amber Alert. They just put out the Amber Alert. Have you seen this person? call, you know, TBI or whatever. But the billboard that was put up by that we raised donations for and 423 Chase, that was paid for. It was $3,000 for
2 months.
2 months from October 25th through December 19th.
Just
It
go
was
watch
not
that
free.
video. We showed everything we had. That's all we can do.
We got information from the Lamar website and we showed that. So,
all right. Michelle said your relationship reminds me of mine and my fiance.
mhm.
Let's see here. Stupid question, but how does anyone know which of the multiple for Don or Candace is the legitimate address? I have no idea how to answer that.
Yeah.
I haven't ever emailed them. I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that one. I'm sorry about that. I
don't
would
even
if I
know
could.
their email address.
I think Project and so what she put here, it takes us all praying to bring miracles. Faith, belief, and hope. Prayers are more powerful in numbers. We are stronger here together.
Absolutely.
This is absolutely right. I will give it another little bit of a few minutes, and if you want to come up and talk, you can. I put the link in there. If not, we're going to continue. I'll just continue to ramble a little bit here. You know, guys, if you're late coming in here, go back and check out the beginning. I went over some of the stuff on what the FBI's.
I'm trying to read things and you're scrolling over.
Cheers from the tip top of the Rockies, he said. I was wondering about the zip-up jacket that Summer had. Here, hold on. Jacket that Summer had on in the milk video. Did law enforcement take it, or did Don and Candace have it? Have I heard the pillowcase and swimsuit mentioned? Just wondering about the jacket. I have not.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I am sure that law enforcement has that.
And don't quote me on this, but I think at some point that Don said that law enforcement had that, but I do not know for a fact. So that's all I can say.
Okay. I'll drop this link one more time. And if you want to come up, that's just all I ask is you be respectful, and we will try to answer anything to the best of our abilities. There it is right there. If you want to click on it in the chat, come up and talk to us. That's your choice.
Sorry.
Yeah, we've spoke to them. Let's see here. I've spoke to them, and I think that, like I said, this things that happened this past weekend could be a blessing in disguise. That could be a wake-up call. God will get our attention one way or another, and I strongly believe that. So, let's pray that's the case, and that maybe the willpower, maybe it's not needed, but maybe just some outpatient stuff could happen. I don't know. They're going through a hard time. We understand that, but now, maybe I think this is the time. Maybe God was saying it's time, we got to pick ourselves up and we got to move forward. And, I'm praying.
Music City Mom, yes, I was glad to see that she came forward too. We have also been in contact with her over the last couple weeks, and she is an amazing person. And
she is. And she, not only did she give $2,000 for this billboard that we did, I think she even gave more money for another billboard that will come after. Again, we backed out after we got this one up. We took a step back because the hate and drama with it.
And that's sad that putting up a billboard for a child results in so much hate, and it's crazy, but
right,
it is what it is.
Tam, I understand what you're saying there, but sometimes we're hard-headed as human beings. I was for years and years, and then finally God drilled it through. You're either going to do better or you're not going to be here anymore. And that was I took his heed and his warning very seriously. And I'm sure Dr. Phil did offer that. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know for a fact of anything on that. I know as much as you guys know about that show. Let's see here. All right, guys. I mean, we'll talk, and if somebody feels like they want to come up, they can come up. If not, that's okay. I've reposted that. I understand it's hard to come up in front of everybody on these things, but uh, let's say, hey, for everyone mentioning adventures with purpose, they aren't able to assist with summer. I don't. Do you care to explain that a little bit? I wanted to know that. I think
Yeah, we've
somebody
been
had.
wondering
I've
about
been
that too.
wondering about that. Hold on a second, guys. Oh, okay. All right. I can see you, Lisa. If you don't have to keep it on, or you want to, that's fine too. If you want to keep your camera on here, I'll add you to the stream right now. Hold on, guys. Let me mute this 1 second and talk to my little boy and get him. Up.
Okay.
Let's see here. We're gonna add you to the stream. Hey, how are you doing, Lisa?
I'm doing okay. How are y'all?
Doing
We're
well.
okay.
Well, we wanted to thank you for coming up and talking to us. I'll let you go ahead and have the floor and talk about what you wanted to.
Basically, I wanted y'all to let Candace and Dawn know that I'll be praying for them and hope that summer's found soon. And this is the
Absolutely.
first time I've ever been up on a panel before. So
Well, thank you
basically,
for coming up on ours.
yeah. Basically, just want to know how they're doing right now, if you can tell me.
Yeah. I'll let you.
We haven't. I know that Camden, he talked to Dawn earlier today, and
Okay.
he seemed to be doing okay. We saw Candace a few days ago, and she was
Day
doing
before
okay. Yeah,
yesterday.
Tuesday.
She's doing okay. I think she's had some. She's having some toothaches and stuff, and she's trying to. But as far as mentally, I think they're both doing better.
They're
Okay.
handling things as well as they can,
Don
given the circumstances at the
Don
moment. So
Yeah, and Don told me today. He said, I'm really going to go back and start taking, going back to church hardcore. He said, I'm going to go up Saturday, and he said, I'm going to ask for prayer and ask for prayer for summer. He said, I'm going to ask if I can go up and pray, and I was like, that's awesome, man. I said, that's the best way to deal with this, I think.
Um,
And go ahead.
Are they planning on trying to get into rehab to kind of better themselves on getting their mindset straight for getting summer?
we have no idea.
Okay.
Um, I know that I think people have been trying to talk to them, but when
Yeah.
it comes down to it, that's a thing that they have to
Yeah,
do
Okay.
that's
themselves.
yeah.
So we don't really know.
Okay.
I know where it's. I'm sure where this just happened, this past weekend, and everything happened Monday, and everything. Hello, Raleigh Ford. Give me just a sec. I see you. You can turn your camera off now if you want to, I,
Or you can leave it on,
or you
whatever you
can
want
leave
to
it on.
do.
I'll add you. But I think where everything's so fresh and just happened, I think they're dealing with that and going through that. So we're going to be talking to them, and hopefully we can be good examples for this.
Well, I'll be praying for them and also for trying to find summer and stuff. And I know a lot of people hope to find that little girl and bring her home
Amen.
safe and sound. And but keeping my hopes up. But
Amen.
in the back of my mind, it being 4 months going into 5 months, it's hard to know. We don't
It
know
is.
anything.
Right.
It is, and we're
So,
going into the winter. We just
hmm
lost that person, but we're going into the winter months now, and we're praying that. I mean, I'm like you too. It's easy to wake up and not have hope one day, and the next day that you're having hope, you're like especially with what just happened with Cleo. That gives us a little, that
right.
gives us
Yes,
some
exactly.
inspiration. So
Yes.
we're praying, and thank you for for your support and praying for them. We will pass that along.
Okay. I
There
know they
she-
don't know me, but
But
So.
you know what? That doesn't matter. They know. They really do appreciate. We tell them all the time, the people that are praying for them, and they say, tell them thank you. You know, I've actually had Dawn come up a few times and say thank you to everybody. If you've watched in the past, let me see if I can add Raleigh Ford here. Can you see? I can see her. Let me add her here. Hey, how are you doing? You can turn your. How are you? Can you hear us?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good.
We
Yeah.
will.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You can go ahead and say, I'm sorry if it's a little bit glitchy or lagging, but we can hear you good, I believe.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I was going to tell you about Adventures with Purpose.
Oh, okay.
Only assist a car involved because they actually do the detectors and the sonar, they drop magnets. And so if not a car involved accident to where it's submerged, they don't get involved with just body searches.
Okay. Well, see, I think a lot of these
Did you hear all that?
Yes, ma'am, I heard you. I think also with a lot of these ponds and stuff that are on private property, they're probably not very deep. I would say they're probably like 4 foot, 5 foot, 6 foot. I don't know about all of them, but I would say they're not, deep enough to dive. Right. You could probably just get in and drag them. So we're thank you for explaining that though about with Adventures with Purpose. I've been wondering that. I know that they do a lot of good stuff.
They do great work.
Aren't they involved in another case right now that they've actually turned up some good stuff?
They just found a car with, I think it's been like 20 years underwater with the mom and a child, and they're pretty sure that they're waiting for DNA, but they're pretty sure it's her and her child. But it's an over a 20-year-old case.
Wow.
So they've had success with a lot of cases.
Awesome.
Where they found missing people.
That's amazing.
I've actually got a
usually don't involve unless there's
Let me see here. I think Gonzo is going to come up with us. And I think he's got something to add in on this. Just bear with me, guys, and I'll get him up here.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming up. I didn't know if anybody was going to or not.
Yeah.
And thank you, Lisa. I really appreciate what you said, and we will definitely pass all that along too to them.
Okay, well, thank you. I'm gonna drop down, and so other people can get on here. I don't want to
That's fine.
Time. I just wanted to come up here real quick so I could say that, so that y'all could pass the word along that I am praying for them.
We most definitely will pass it along, and thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome, and I hope y'all get to feeling better, and prayers for Cam for sure.
Oh, thank you so much. God bless you. I've been having a rough couple. Actually, it's been about a rough month. Yeah. So thank you so much.
Okay, well, I will see y'all in live.
All right. See ya. All right. And Raleigh, if you want to hold on just a second, Gonzo will be up here. I'm sure he would like to. Are you involved? Do you do a lot of stuff for victims, or you said that you'd help the Adventures with Purpose had helped you with some stuff?
Well, they've helped with a lot of cases. I've been following them for about 2 years, and they have done some tremendous work as far as recovery. But they won't get involved unless there's a vehicle uh, involved in it. So,
Well, yeah, and that's unfortunate because I know that they do a lot. But this, I'm not familiar with this team that's coming in. But what I can say is, I'm very, very happy
yeah.
because of some, we had come across some small bodies of water and we had reported those in, and I'm just happy that things are being taken serious and people are coming in. So, I mean, that's that just to hear that and to come across that last night, we were like, go good. People are starting to move and do some things.
Yeah.
Because she deserves it. This little girl deserves it. And I know that News
It-
Nation is now coming in and is going to, I
Right.
think Brian Hinton's going to be
Covering
covering it. And that's great. The more, I just wish that this was done months ago.
Yeah.
And then we would probably be at a different
Right.
place now. Here's Gonzo here. Hey, brother.
What's going on, guys?
Not too much, man. Did you hear what she was talking about with Adventures with Purpose and stuff?
Yeah, I did. That's kind of where I was going to weigh in. I know Jared and Sam and those guys kind of went their own ways, but I know Jared's still pumped to try to help out, so that's really cool.
Awesome. Are you familiar with this? Are you familiar with this group that's coming in here?
Yeah, absolutely. They came out on the Morphew case. They've just recently kind of split the sheets a little bit, so it's kind of just a couple of them now. They used to be a bigger team, but they're good guys, man. They're awesome people.
Awesome, man. And that's I don't know if you were we've talked kind of behind the scenes and stuff, and you've talked
Well,
to the people.
Is not Adventures with Purpose.
Yeah. It's not Adventures with Purpose. Here, let me actually. I don't know if you missed that. Sorry, Gonzo. Let me clear that.
I might have missed that. I was kind of in and out of service. My bad.
Let me find who it is again. They're called
Need a diver.
Need a Diver.
Okay. No, I don't know those guys. I know Adventures with Purpose. And I know their scope, but no, I don't know these guys. That's good. Either way,
people are. Yeah, I'm. Thank you for clearing that up, Raleigh. I thought he knew what he was talking about, but that's still these people. I don't care who they are, as long as they're coming in here and they're gonna to make some, just to tread up some ground, some water. Let's get some things going, and we're getting into tonight we're having one of our first freezes here. The Smoky Mountains just got their first snow. I was hoping, people think here, well, when the leaves fall, it'll be easier to go search. It's not. It makes it that much worse. I mean, the foliage might fall, come down, but then the ground is this much more thick.
Yeah, just
with leaves.
Yes.
So it makes it a little bit more difficult.
That's what I'm dealing with right now out here on the Morphew case. I got 2 foot of snow in the top of the mountains right now.
Wow. Are you you're in the Rocky Mountains? Did you say you're up on the tip top?
Yeah, I was just on Aspen, Colorado. I'm coming down right now through a canyon, working Salida, towards Salida. It's 14er country on the Morphew case. It's like the Himalayas over here in Colorado.
Did you see what Tennessee Mountain High said? She said, "Make that man some hot tea with lemon."
Yes, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just wanted to chat with you real quick. Yeah, I thought Adventures with Purpose was coming out. I was gonna say those guys are good, but like I said, any dive certified teams will help out. I've been in the water in the in Warriors Park. I've dived around. I snorkeled around in shallow spots out towards the river. After you get out into the river, it drops from like 4 to 6 foot to 14 foot real quick, and then it's 16 foot in the middle to 20.
Yeah, and when I walked out there with that tape measure, like it was pretty much, and I know where you're talking about that drop off. When I looked at it from from Google, was it Google Earth or
Yep.
Google Maps?
Maps.
One of them, you can see that shelf where it falls off out towards the end there. But to where that branch was when I got out there, I wanted to show that. But was that place dived on? Do you know? I don't.
Yeah, it was shallow from that little cove out to that spot, and even further out. But as the river takes it to the bridge, no, not
Yeah.
that far. And I jumped in. I jumped in at the bridge as well. It's deep, man, and you got enough movement there. Things could be pushed down a ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has not been thoroughly checked any deeper than 12 foot.
Wow. We I was gonna add in. I wanted to get you to weigh in on this too. Did you catch what I was talking about? I wondered if you could add to this. I was talking about what it takes for law enforcement to clear a suspect. The only thing I could find, which is crazy, was from 2010 that the FBI had put out. And I went over and showed that at the beginning of this. I didn't know if you knew, like for other cases you've been involved with, how that works.
There's a ton of criteria that's got to fall in line situationally to clear a person. And it is harder nowadays with technology, Motorola, and black boxes in vehicles to clear anybody. So this has to line up with your vehicle, with your home satellite, everything that any kind of surveillance in the area, and all of those things have to be gathered to clear you. It's no surprise that nobody's been cleared over there. Absolutely.
Show them that box you showed me that's in your vehicle. This right
Yeah,
here is what he's talking about, guys.
So this here is a GeoTab Go 7. And it plugs into most vehicles, 2000 whatever 3 and newer.
Your OBS system.
Yep.
Yeah.
It plugs right in. Some vehicles are hardwired in from factory. This is going to tell you if you're speeding, if you're braking too hard, if you are driving erratically. It's a tattletale system is what it is. A lot of people are driving around right now and don't even know they have a tattletale system on their car.
See that, and what we know that the Subaru that Don was driving that day has one built in.
Yes.
So they were able to pull that.
Telemetrics.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is it? He didn't call it OnStar, but pretty much the same.
It's a cousin to OnStar. It's a telemetrics through Subaru. It's a big database. And it's all tied into SAP, which is a big, if you do any movements on a vehicle or any movements in the sales world, it's tied to that program. So they'll just pull your card, pull your info, load it, download it, and figure out where you were, what you were doing. And, you just saw that wide receiver for the Raiders get arrested on the DUI, vehicular manslaughter. They just pulled his telemetrics. He was going 157 miles an hour when he crashed into that lady.
My gosh.
Golly.
He was going 150. Sorry, he was going 157 down to 27 or 127 miles an hour, and he crashed into the lady. So, I mean, it's dialed in. So, it's crazy.
I want to answer this. This is somebody put many firefighters are qualified to dive. Some departments have dive teams. They do. And I can say for Virginia and Tennessee, I think that our state officers have the emergency dive teams and stuff like that, like your state troopers. I don't know as far as I can say for the county I live in. I don't know if the county has a dive team. I think they might.
I don't know if they have. Where we live, it's, this is an area that's different than a lot of places in the world. And so, yes, they are trained in some ways. I know that my grandparents were very heavily involved with they were on a rescue squad or a live saving crew, and they did have a rescue team, but I don't know. They would go to conferences and they would get certain training, but I don't know that they are trained in this kind of scale.
Yeah.
So
Again, we have the multiple counties. You know that.
multiple jurisdictions involved. So
I can maybe weigh in on that. Local counties will have local search and rescue, and they're tied very closely to state search and rescue. So they're not far away. If they're not in that county, they're in the next.
Right. And where they're talking about, this is the problem I think that these dive people are going to have when they come in here. Right down Beach Creek, you have it crosses halfway in, from what Solomon's Temple Church is on Sullivan County side, and then you pass over into Hawkins County to go to the Wales house.
And their house is not very far from Solomon's Temple, and you have a county change right there.
Yeah.
And then there's actually 2 more counties that are right in that same area.
Greene County and Washington County. Yeah. So you're fighting multiple jurisdictions. You have different officers that are going to be in charge of that case for their county, because it's going to fall. It spills over. This case, it does make it hard. And I can see what law enforcement is dealing with, especially. I'm not saying everything has been handled 100% correctly. There's things that as far as I don't know if you guys heard about the person that come in and did the drone stuff on the house that they were not happy about, but they said they went to the Walgreens on the timeline and said that they asked if law enforcement came and pulled their footage, and they hadn't.
And we can also weigh in on that. We talked to at one of the places on the timeline. We had spoken to one of the employees, and they had said that the same thing,
that nobody had came and pulled their footage.
Yeah.
And it was disheartening to say the least.
And a lot of that footage is no longer available because it automatically deletes after so long. So
usually 30 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the stuff that's been kind of aggravating to us. Tina, did you want to weigh in on anything there? Give her a chance to.
I think ALLI has dropped the ball a lot on this. I'm hoping they'll, with this Dr. Phil thing and more people getting involved.
You should be good now.
That's not me.
No. Gonzo, I'm gonna mute you.
I don't know.
All right, go ahead and talk now. Let's see if that fixes it.
Yeah, should have.
I'm just hoping that with everybody that's been involved recently, that's firing the sheriff's department. Because if they don't stick up to it, if they don't step up to the plate, we won't ever know anything. It's a shame that it's gone this far. But like a lot of people said, they don't want strangers up there. And I think they're the first and ask questions later.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's exactly.
Some of them were going and marching out front. You can't do that in that neighborhood.
Oh.
No, that's it. God will tell you this too. He came in from somebody that's not from around here. How do people act around here, dude? When you go up near their property?
Man, it's a different world.
Oh, I'm losing you.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
Nice,
You're
Zach.
good.
Can you hear
now.
me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, if you're not a local and you don't look right and act right, it's gonna get ugly real quick. And I'm a goofy looking bastard, so
No.
I had a good run in with everybody, but Yeah, you better fall into a certain category over there. Mind your P's and Q's and be respectful, because they don't want to see anything else.
Yeah, I mean there's actually the law around here. If the people don't have to. I think in Tennessee, I don't think they have to give you a warning if it's on private property. I
Yeah.
think that they can just protect their property as they feel is
necessary.
Tina was right. Shoot first and ask questions later. I believe it. Like, I was like, whoa, whoa. You know.
Yeah.
It's legit.
This mini 45 says, Cam, you're not an investigator.
Well, there's a couple of branches.
Oh, sorry. I was just answering this right here, but it's not just
a couple
us
of family branches down there.
Yeah, it's not just us that asked the store. There was multiple different people that don't know each other went to different establishments on the timeline and are told the same thing. There has to be some truth to that. I mean, that's why I was very careful not to speak about that at the beginning, about what that establishment told me. But now that another place on that timeline, the Walgreens, said that, hey, the same thing, then I'll talk about it. That's more than one person verified.
Good. That's a good stance to take, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I thought this whole time. I was like, maybe they just told me because it was none of my business. But then, then you sit back and wait. I still have that footage from where we went into that store and talked to that person, and I didn't release that because it's that wasn't my place to. I felt like that couldn't. I didn't want to mess up an investigation that way. But when you have people saying, "Hey, they never came and looked at it," you're like, "Oh wow." But I'll leave that where it's at, guys. But you guys have anything else?
Maybe Tina does.
Yeah, I
think that's it for me. Oh, I don't know.
Guys. Let's just anybody that's involved in this channel, thank y'all for being here. Let's keep it positive. Let's pray, but let's make sure that we're doing the right thing for the little girl. Let's be careful if we report stuff to the TBI, that we let TBI deal with that before we come out and talk about it. I feel like that's a big thing right there. I mean, if people are reporting stuff to them and not then giving them time to investigate it, then I lost Gonzo. We have we have to be careful. That's the main thing we've said from the beginning. Just be careful. But yeah, thank you, Tina. Thank you so much for coming on and coming up and talking to us. Like I said, I know it takes a lot of guts to come up here, and we appreciate you. If you wanted,
I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay, see ya.
See ya.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, Terry. Sorry about the feedback going on. I tried to mute people there at the end, and I apologize for that. Let's see here. Did I take her off there, or do I need to remove her? She'll be okay. She's just in the back stage. Sorry about the echo, guys. I hope y'all heard everything we were talking about. I hope this was a good live for everybody. Okay. Beach Girl said, please drop the link again for Heather. I will. I'll take one more person.
Right there.
Here's the link one more time, guys. Yeah, I definitely feel like that inhaler has helped me a lot, Diana. Oh, thank you.
Which cameras and signs?
The cameras and signs were they put up after Summer went missing. I don't know what she's talking about. Try to look for it. So, hey, watcher. Oh, actually, Toast Servant said what inhaler?
It was an over-the-counter and an inhaler that has epinephrine in it.
Yeah, it has epinephrine in it. It is.
I don't know if it has the name on it.
Primatine Mist is what it's called, and it's amazing. I didn't know they had such a thing over the counter, but it is amazing.
Okay, on the Wells property, those were put up after summer went missing.
After the fact. Those cameras, those were for just safety. They didn't have them before. I don't know if they could afford them before.
There's a lot of people in this area that do not have security systems like that. It is becoming more prevalent in this area.
A lot of establishments and stores and gas stations that are just now getting security systems.
Yeah,
because they were never needed.
Yeah, in this area, things like that weren't needed until recently. I'm telling you, we're
behind.
Here, yeah, we are definitely not up to par on some of the things that goes on in the rest of the world as far as with security and technology. And there's still a lot of places around here that don't have cell phone reception when you go to them.
Yeah.
And it's a different world here.
Heather, I put the link in the chat for you. Yeah, Ventolin. I've used that before too, Watcher. Is Heather still in here? Let me know, and I'll wait for a minute and let you get the link to come up. We are running behind because of slow mode here, so yeah, we're just now getting the thank you Tinas and everything, and people still saying echoes. So
my gosh, how long did you have it on for?
I put the here. Let me go and fix this and see if I can get it to be a little bit.
I don't know how long he had it set for.
I didn't know it was that. I didn't. It shouldn't be that far behind. Let's see here. Okay. I'm running slow on this one, though. I know that. Live. Somebody already hit it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Give me just a second. Heather, please come up if you want to. I'm waiting for you, and we will.
Diane, we're on live chat. Everything shows up whenever you're on. Oh, see, that shouldn't have been.
It's 60 seconds. I'm going to change it to 30 seconds. That should be a little easier.
Yeah.
That should be easier for everybody there. And let me see. There it goes back. Okay. That should help everybody and help it to catch up. Who's yelling in the chat? Guys, let's get along. If she can't come up, that's okay. I was waiting on her. I'm trying to see who Heather is on here.
I was trying to go back.
See if you can find her. Guys, I hope this was a good live. If we didn't get to you, I'm sorry. I hope this okay, yeah. I just turned it to 30 seconds, so that should be a little easier on everybody in slow mode. I will fix that next time. Oh, is that why she left? Because it was too slow? I wanted to see. Let me actually see if she wants to come up and talk about something. I'll send her a text and see if she wants to come over here. Maybe she would. All right, that's Heather. Where you go? Come back. I just gave sent Chasing Truth a.
Heather is coming.
She is okay. Cool. She's coming. Okay, and I sent Chasing Truth a link. See if she wanted to come up and talk to us about everything, and I'll. Fix the chat. That's the first time it's ever went that real slow like that.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Because that's not been changed any from
No,
the last few lives we've done.
I'm feeling okay. Somebody, Pandora Victoria, I'm feeling better. Thank you for asking. I had a coughing spell at the beginning. So let's see who can come up here. I think Chasing
Name
Truth.
of the inhaler again. Reach it to me.
It's very good. It is called
Here.
Primatine Mist. Our family went through a lot. My parents spent all my faves on one panel equals good day. Awesome. Thank you. And oh, there's Heather. All right, let me see her down here and behind in the backstage.
I put that inhaler in the chat for anybody wanting to know.
There's Chasing Truth. Okay, so I got two good ones coming up here. All right, Heather. Let's see here. There's her. Heather, are you there? Let me see if I can. Hey, Chasing Truth, can you hear us?
I can. Sorry. I just laid down.
I didn't mean.
Sorry.
Everybody said they thought you left because our chat was going so slow. I went in there and fixed it. I'm still having technical difficulties with it.
No, that's okay. My
Basically,
sound is jacked up. I can't hear you very well.
You can't hear us?
Well, I think it's my phone, honestly. Something is wacky lately with it. Even at top volume, I can't hear anything very well. Yeah, you guys
Heather,
sound like you're whispering.
Can you hear us? Okay, I have another. Hold on one second. Let me get my little girl.
It could be. I think it's just my phone cam, honestly.
Okay, Heather, can you hear us?
I don't know if she's there.
I don't know if she's there. You probably have to leave and come back in, Heather. I will pull you out and then we'll see if you can try it again. Come back in. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, I wanted to get your thoughts on. I didn't know if you were watching what we've been talking about.
I ran and put Jace to bed and then came back.
Okay. Well, we were talking about the dive teams, team that's going to be coming in. We were talking about clearing
suspects.
Clearing suspects. I went over a little bit with that. I wanted to see what your thoughts were on this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, really. I think it's good that the dive teams are coming in. Of course, I hope they don't find anything,
Exactly.
because that'll mean a bad outcome.
Yeah.
But clearing people, they haven't cleared anybody, but they also haven't arrested anybody. So, like the family, it feels like they're just out to, they meaning social media still.
Yeah.
Just wants the family convicted no matter what, and that's sad. It's just getting worse. It feels like it's getting worse. And I think after Dr. Phil, it's going to be 100 times worse than it is now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So,
we've kind of had them same thoughts. And, I talked about this, and I think me and you and ALLI had talked about this a little bit too. These people that are coming out and they say, well, their first thing they say is, well, I reported all this to the TBI, and then they talk about
they go straight to social media.
Right.
Media.
Some of the stuff I'm watching is so cruel.
Yeah.
It's so cruel. They're saying that right now people are saying that Candace was arrested for harming Andrew when he was a baby. And I mean, I put out a video so long ago with Candace's record. Right. And it's just like, why is this still being said? I don't understand what any of the purpose of any of this is. I mean, my question, I guess, at the end of the day of all of this, is this just to be cruel? Is that the point? Is it just to see how much more we can make people hate them? Like, I think they're hated enough.
Right.
I think they're hated enough already. And doing this to them it's not helpful. And people are, well, it's to keep Summer's name out there. No, 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 it's not. No, it isn't.
Yeah.
Because you befriended them and now you're trying to hurt them on purpose just for the sake of speaking. You just want to be speaking. And
Yeah.
it's not helping Summer. It's not. We could make tribute videos every day. We could do that. Why can't we put the pictures together that we have of them? We could do that every day if you wanted. If that was really your goal, right? To bring awareness to her name, then there are ways to do that. People don't have to do this.
Exactly. And the things that were even we talked to Candace the day that I think when all these friends that
Yeah.
friends came out, she was heartbroken. She's like, why do people, she was crying. I mean, she couldn't even like catch her breath. She was so upset. She said, why do these people do this to me? And
It's
she's like,
awful.
half the stuff they say are saying is it never even was came up talked about between them. It's just something to be talking about. And they
It's
look
just
at it
sad.
like it's an I've said this many times before. Summer's not an object that you just talk about. She's a
And this
person, and her
family-
family
Mhm.
are people.
The family
Right.
they're not an object. They're not here for entertainment. They didn't ask to be put in the position that they're in right now.
Right.
And
Well,
it's
people will say though, Allie, but Don Wells made it about himself. Well, did he come find you guys and beg you? Like,
Right.
did he come and find all the YouTube channels and beg you? Or did y'all reach out to him?
right,
Right.
exactly.
So, okay, yes. He definitely he definitely gets carried away and he doesn't speak well. So,
It
yes, I
gets
can see
twisted.
where people are feeling that way. I really can. But I don't know. It's really spiraled at this point.
Yeah, it's become something that's not helpful anymore. Um,
Mm-mm,
we that's we've said it a million times. We're already on a side that's not popular, and I'm
right.
sure we're already standing on a side that's not popular.
Hey,
So
I'm right there with you, friend. So,
so when we don't engage with the drama and all that too, then it becomes just even that much more less popular. But I felt Don said he swore off YouTube, and I said that's good. But he called me today, and I was like, man, I appreciate that. And I said because I'm not a YouTuber, I'm your friend first. I
yeah.
want to come to you as
But the
somebody.
thing about it is when
But he
Dawn
has to really swear it off,
Has to,
yeah,
has
you
to.
know?
when
Enough
Dawn
is
called
enough.
today, he actually called to check on us.
Hold on, Heather. I want to. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you good. I wanted to give you a chance to come back up here. Sorry about that. I don't know what was happening.
No, that's okay.
I'll
I
go ahead
don't
and
know.
let you go ahead and I was going to let you say which I know you've been trying to get up here for a while.
No, it's totally fine. You guys can finish your conversation. I don't mind waiting.
Okay. Basically, I mean, just basically what we're talking about is, I mean, these things, it's starting to become more of like who, now that they're, especially now that they're not having contact talking to the family, now it just gets more malicious as it goes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's who has the most salacious gossip that they can possibly figure out to say,
Yeah.
Did you see the picture of Summer one time, like last year? And she looked like she could have been. Something might have.
Right.
This looks like. Well, that's about as relevant as Jose being there in October. I mean,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
police are trained, okay? The police are trained. And if those children were harmed in that home, then they're not going to let them go back. And
No.
if they do find Summer, God willing, and they feel like somehow the parents are responsible, then they're going to deal with that. But us talking about her as if she, it really intensely bothers me that they just keep saying it's like Summer is a thing to be talked about,
Yeah.
you know? She was abused. She was SA'd. She was this. It's just like, oh my God, why? Do you know that she's a baby? She's just a little baby.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
not funny. This isn't helpful. It's not.
I just lost that.
I don't know.
Sorry, Gray. No, you're right on. And this, the things about, I want to add this in too, because, people, if they didn't care about getting the boys back and care about things, I'll tell you this. I don't know if I'm supposed to or not, but Candace puts in just as much work, and Don put in just as much work on getting that house ready and prepared as the people that are working. They're working right along with them.
They are.
And
They're-
these are all volunteers, right? Trying to
Yes.
help them with their house?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I put up the railing picture because people were talking about the steps and, they're too steep or whatever, and that Summer probably fell down them and something happened. And I tried to get my son's old nanny to send me pictures of her hallway, but I couldn't get in touch with her to get it. So I found some from Boston, and in what we called a triple decker, it's a 3-floor house with apartments on each floor. You would walk out and you're like on the first step, like you're going to kill yourself going down the stairs. My toddler son ran up and down those stairs, out that door 500 times. He's perfectly fine. Now, yes, that house was atrocious, so it should be fixed up, but people were posting underneath my post about them fixing the stairs. Oh, they're all doing this. This is an act. This is being done for the Dr. Phil show. They
No.
don't care. Those stairs still aren't safe. It's just like, God, are you miserable in real life? Like, are you this unhappy in real life? Every single thing. I read the letter that Candace wrote to Summer.
Which
Right.
was
I thought it was so
beautiful.
nice.
Yeah.
And some of the people are like, she can't even read yet. What is the point of this letter?
Oh my
And
God.
I'm like, oh, I can't do this anymore. I've got to do other things. This is making me crazy.
Completely it makes you lose faith in humanity.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah.
These design, they're, again, like, I'm glad you brought that up. These are people that are coming in to help, that are they are volunteered. They volunteered before Dr. Phil was in line. Anything, Don is the main person of his house. He says what goes and what's done. He asked for that to be fixed, for the railings and stuff, to make it. He wants it to be better for his family.
Right.
Any of us know that if we've ever been through money problems, renovating your house is not cheap. It's not
No.
easy to do. And if you're in a situation, the man's working, he says he's working doing drywall all the time. I grew up in a family, my papa was in construction. He did painting, drywall, stuff like that. He was gone all the time. All the time. I mean, I understand, and especially here we live. I mean, I hate to say it. I think that you said you knew people that were from around this area too. Jason, this is not a wealthy area. It's not.
No.
You work your butt off until you're old, and then if you're lucky, you can retire.
Right, if you're lucky.
Yep.
So, Heather, I wanted to give you a chance to talk. I'm sorry.
No, you're totally fine. I'm just sitting here listening, so no worries.
Yeah, go ahead and what you were wanting to talk about.
Okay, I had commented to you guys about Adventures with Purpose, and you had asked me what I knew about them.
Yeah.
And you missed my comment. I commented back a few times, but
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I understand the chat goes fast, but I have an email that I can send to you from their admin team that states that Jared says that he has inside information from law enforcement that Summer is not in the water. So it's unfortunate that this isn't something that they would be able to assist with.
Wow. That's big.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not sure, I can't confirm if that's true or not, just, passing along what I've seen.
Was this an email from Jared from Adventures of... Is that
yes, it is from him.
Okay. Well, I know that Gonzo was just up here. He knows him personally, I think he said. Yeah, yeah, that's something to look into. That's a lot.
That's a
big.
statement for
I had
them to
no idea
make.
about that.
Yeah, I can read you the exact email if you want, or I can just forward it to you.
Forward it to me and I will read over that. Yeah, that's so this new team that's coming in, they would had to have been, as far as what I know and how we've had to go about everything. Either you have to have permission from law enforcement to go in certain areas like public property, or you can go around that and you get permission from people, private land, which is a lot of how we have handled things. So I'm wondering, that's crazy. That's something to look into. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, no problem. I've followed the case since, she went missing. So, well, it's a good thing that if it's true she's not in the water, that gives us hope that
absolutely
definitely gives us hope that, she's could be safe somewhere. So hopefully it is true.
Yeah, and that's what we're keeping, our fingers crossed for. Every day that we go out and we do a search and we don't find anything, that's a day that I feel better about it. And
right.
These you start, I know we've talked about it a little bit. There's the the footprint stuff that kind of got those people got when they come out on they're talking about their own property now in Beach Creek. When they say, hey, there was footprints found, law enforcement came out here, verified, they saw it, everything, they got attacked so hard.
Why do you think that is, Cam?
I don't know.
Because they want it to be the parents. There couldn't have been footprints.
Yeah.
Right.
There can't be. No, there's no footprints. There's no dog trail scent. There's no scent to the road. There's nothing. The only thing that's acceptable is that somehow these parents did it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
And for that's, I like what Gray's saying here too. How can they make, if there's no evidence anywhere, how can you say she's not there? And so that's that Gray, that's a good point, man.
Yeah, I don't know how they or why he's saying that. I have no idea.
Well, I mean, he's just passing along what law enforcement told him. And if that's big.
And there is so much water around here. There's multiple lakes around here. There's ponds, there's rivers. So unless you have checked every single body of water in this area, I don't know how you can make that claim. But I don't know.
Yeah. There's Gray, if you want a link, man, I'll send you. You want a link, buddy? I'll send you one in a text message if you want me to. Let me know in the chat. Like, I want to go back to what Chasing just said about, why do you think that is? Those people, when you label a victim, or not a victim, but a who you want to take the fall. I mean, like, we'll go back to the beginning. Just because you don't like what these parents look like, sound like, live like, doesn't mean that they have to be guilty.
Right.
They had the X put on them the from the beginning.
Day one. This was before all the SA stuff come out.
Right.
So this was before people's minds were poisoned, which I understand that part, right? I get it. That part made people really upset with every right. But before that, people were still attacking them.
Right.
And we see it. Gray covers case. He knows. You see it all the time. And a lot of times the parents do have something to do with it.
That's right.
I mean, that's still Gray's theory that an accident happened and they covered it up. And he may be right. He's covered hundreds of these cases.
Yeah.
I just don't feel it's right to do this knowing full well that they watch social media.
Yeah.
I just feel like you're making it worse. And at what point does somebody break? This isn't helpful. It's just not helpful.
And well, somebody asked me to talk to you about this, which I have talked to you about this behind the scenes, but we've met Grandma. We've met her. And from we've met Candace, we've met Dawn, and I'm gonna tell you from I feel like my wife has a job where she works with the public daily. I come from, I have a past. I've been around some people, some of the worst people in my life, and I feel like I've had to learn how to read people. And I'll just tell you from my point of view and from meeting the people, I don't see it. I can't
don't.
see it. Now
We may all
I could be wrong. I'm
surprised,
not
yeah.
saying I'm 100% right, but this, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna
When
say
you
that
meet them face to face and you look them in the eyes, it just doesn't seem likely.
you've cried tears with
Right.
the
Oh,
woman.
I have. That she has called me and I have cried with her, and I don't know. We could be completely wrong, and
Right.
But there's just when you see somebody that looks you dead in your eye and they don't sit and when you ask them a question, it don't take them very long to answer it, and you can tell they're being they're not they don't have a front up, I guess is the best way to say it, and they're just like, hey, besides that, I'm trying to let me add this in a better way. Okay, so if I say, I'm asking a question and you know they bring it back around and say, but I don't care about that. It's just about my daughter. You don't.
Right.
Those are things that and when you surround yourself, Allison brought up a good point. Everything in that house is
covered.
is Summer.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when we were up there the other day, Candace
Thank
was
you,
sitting
Anon
there.
Anon.
She had her computer in front of her. Her laptop is covered in pictures of Summer. She was drinking from a cup that had Summer on it. I'm telling you, there was probably 25 pictures of Summer on that cup. And I
Well,
feel
Allie,
like,
I don't know how any of that's possible because anything ever sent to them with Summer has
oh, I
been
know,
sent to the pawn shop. Okay.
has been pawned off.
I was just getting ready to bring that up.
Um,
How do you pawn off?
something with your
Oh,
child.
sorry. I don't mean to be an ass. I know you guys have you have, you know, me and my snarky mouth,
No,
but
No,
you're
you're
good.
fine.
You're
I'm
good.
just so fed up. I'm so tired of
Oh,
it.
we agree 100%.
You know,
But
the cups for the boys. It's not good enough, that they've got cups with the boys' names. They don't have one for Summer. Well, you don't know. They're in the middle of construction. Maybe
Yeah.
Summer's just somewhere else. Do you think Candace is Martha Stewart? Like, is that what you think?
right.
That she'd line them all up there? Somebody probably saw them and was like, oh, let's put that in the picture or something. It's just like
How do you stage a
Jason, you
room?
cracked me up.
I'm so frustrated with it. One of these days, I'm telling you, I'm just gonna go crazy on this case. It's
I
just
love the
yeah.
talks
enough.
behind the scenes. I laugh so hard,
Oh
guys.
gosh. Yeah.
I do. But it's everything we talk about is the same thing we talk about right here.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's these are true feelings. These are the way people feel. How do you stage a bedroom? What does that even mean? You staged. That's her bedroom. It's staged. It's not really like that when they turn.
Well, because
No,
she
that's
lived in the dungeon,
Yeah.
the dungeon. Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know I've told it before. My grandmother's house was worse. It was worse. It was worse. It was worse. So, yes, Summer's room was not nice. But guess what? Now it's nice.
Yeah.
So
Right.
people aren't happy about that. You're still mad.
Yeah.
It's like somebody says, I'm broke. And I'm like, okay, here's $50. And they're like, $50? Well, you're not broke anymore. So can you shut up?
Yeah.
Right,
What did
exactly.
you want? Well, I wanted
Yeah.
more than that. Well, you're not getting it. Okay.
People are just
Enough.
never happy.
They're never happy. You can't do enough. You can't say enough. You can't
Show enough.
show enough. I guess what is it we've been accused of because we helped with the home, because we've helped with this that we are, what was it? We're just we've had the wool pulled over our eyes
Yeah.
too. Y'all
I
are
mean, I
just
haven't helped with their home. Nothing. I mean,
right,
is the wool over my eyes?
right.
Maybe it is. Maybe I'm, naive and
Right. Maybe
rainbows and
so
unicorns. But you know
naive.
what? Remember when Chris McDonough came there to talk to Candace? And he
Yep.
said to her, do you mind if I go in the house? She was like, sure, yeah, come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She made him go to the basement.
Yeah.
So do you understand?
Yeah, he
To
didn't
her,
even
that's how
know
she
that.
lives. That's
Yeah,
how she lives. Okay. She wasn't thinking, oh shit, he's going to see this. No. She was like, come on down here. You can make it down the stairs. Let's go. Come on.
Right.
You know,
yeah,
she's not thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do if he gets down these stairs? He's going to
Right.
see this and he's going to freak out.
yeah.
No. Yesterday, my daughter's friend came to the door and I'm like, don't you dare let anybody in this house. Make sure that none of the dogs pooped. Make sure that the table's cleaned,
Yeah,
and I'm thinking now that we're talking about it, Candace is like, yeah, sure, Chris, come in. Let's go.
Yeah.
right.
She could have
And
said no.
it's important to think about even that they weren't even planning on going up there that day. They were
Right.
down at the horse pond, and
Yeah.
he said, "So, can we go to your house?" And she was like, "Yeah."
She said,
So,
my house?
my house, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go to my
So
house.
they, I mean, they had.
Mhm.
She didn't care. I mean, even at that point, the property was not in the best shape, just with things laying around, and
Let's add this too. You don't have to go down them stairs backwards, and he didn't have to make it look like he was climbing down a ladder
Oh,
to
good
go
Lord.
down them steps. You can walk right down them forward or backwards. She said, "This is the way I do it." She said, "Okay, then what? Let's go to the shed thing too." He said, "Can I look in that shed?" She said, "Yeah," at first, and then he said, "Oh, you don't want me to? You don't want
Mhm.
me to?" And she said, "Well, I just don't want you to get hurt." That's what she said. She never,
Yep.
the
Yep.
she
times,
said, "I don't let my kids go in that shed."
Yeah,
yeah,
because Dawn's crap is all over it. I mean, we've
yeah,
seen the shed now, and it's a mess,
Yeah.
yeah,
much like everything else on that entire property. But
yeah,
guess what? It's their mess.
yeah,
And she wasn't embarrassed to show it. She just wasn't.
Yeah, he chose not to look into the shed.
Mhm.
because he already had a narrative.
Yep, he could have looked in it, and I see all the time people saying that she told him he couldn't look into it, and it's like, it's like beating a dead horse. I keep telling people she never said he could not look into it.
Yeah,
Never. That was
let's,
one of the big things that Gray Hughes kept saying to me. Did you see that she said yes? And he was like,
Yeah.
no, she's clearly said yes.
right,
Yeah, he's the one who didn't take it upon himself to go look into it.
Exactly.
right.
And then started a whole narrative of him hiding in there.
He didn't, and you go
Mhm.
Yeah.
back to the steps thing. He didn't want to go down that way. He said, "Well, can I go around the back way?" She said, "No. You want to go the way that?"
You want to go the way we did that day, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Right.
she offered that up. Not she. They have, this the thing about us when we went up on the property. In cold case, Crystal, I'll answer your question in 1 second. I don't want you to think I forgot about you. But they, when we went up there, who showed us that whole property?
Dawn.
Don. He said, "Come
Mhm.
look at this. Look at that. Did you know about this?"
He showed us every trail that we ended up recording that day. Dawn showed that to us. And he
And I'm
said,
sure he, like he said, he was like, I didn't even know about these trails.
Yeah,
You,
right.
you know, Scott accuses me a lot of the times of noticing nothing. Like a neighbor will get a new car or they'll paint the house. I don't notice any of that. When you live there, you're just there. So you're not seeing the same things that we're seeing when we're looking. We're
Exactly.
looking at somebody else's stuff, because of this case, and they live there every day. Dawn leaves, Dawn comes back. Dawn drinks, Dawn goes to bed. Then
yeah,
he leaves, then he comes back.
yeah,
You're in your routine. He's not
Mhm.
thinking somebody's on his property doing crazy stuff.
yeah.
It's
And
just ugh.
I'll add, this is that question that
It wasn't really a question. It
well,
was a
no, she said,
statement.
well, she the statement, and I wanted to weigh in on it. I know that Chasen can help with this one. Let me throw it back up here real quick, and you too, Heather. I'm sure I like what you're saying too. She said, "I don't think they would have gone on behavior panel on Dr. Phil if they were guilty. I'm so sick of people harassing the families. The boys see YouTube." I know Chasing Truth talked about that a ton about people.
Mhm.
These boys they do get on social media, and when they get older, they're gonna look back about this is a big thing that happens in their life. they're going to
Yeah.
look back and they're going to be curious.
Well,
and if they're not already, the
Right, that's what I
oldest
was
boy
going to say.
is,
The oldest son is at an age where he probably spends a lot of time, if he's able to, on social
If
media.
you go and look at the analytics and the statistics on YouTube of the most watched videos, they're all children's videos.
Exactly.
YouTube is huge, huge, huge for children. So there's no way that those kids haven't seen stuff,
Exactly.
that's right.
right?
Exactly.
And
So
it's not
you're
going away
guilty.
when they get older. And that's,
Yeah,
they're going to
these
see
are
it
people
all
who
for sure.
they've dealt with the law. Do you think that them and the law have a really good relationship,
Exactly.
that they really trust them a whole bunch? But they're inviting everybody and their brother to that property up until now they've got the signs posted and stuff. But
Mhm.
anybody, all the people come up here, you know, they're talking to people, they're talking to reporters, they're talking to YouTubers, they're going on shows if they can. I mean, I don't know what Don thought YouTube was, or that people could help him on YouTube. I don't really
He
know
told,
what he thought it was.
he told me, he said, I'll take the beating as long as it keeps my daughter's name out there. That's what
Yeah,
he told me
he said
multiple
that.
times. And I was like, Don,
Mm.
I was like, but it's not, I was like, they're shredding you and they're going to continue. He said, that's okay as long as it keeps my daughter's name out there. And I was like, wow, that's because I would have, I'll talk from my personal, if it was me, I would have bowed out a long time ago and said, wow, that place is evil and I can't be there.
Oh, my mouth would have gotten me banned from every YouTube channel. I would have been flipping out like, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Must have bumped your damn head.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
And they, well, I wanted to talk about this too, as far as you brought it up a little bit. If this doesn't speak volumes, they never had, law enforcement didn't have to get one search warrant on anything. Excuse me. On anything. 7 times they flipped that house. Let's take that into account. When Chris McDonough showed up there, they had just had one happen at their house where they come in and just flipped over everything. We hear Don talking about that they even took his water pipes loose and stuff, and just where it would freeze up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I mean, everything. And he allowed him to do it not once, but 7 times. When said, sure, please, whatever you can
Let
find.
them come in and have free reign.
Yeah, see, if you're, Don's got quite a past, so he already knows. He's probably pretty leery of law enforcement,
Right.
Yeah.
but yet they're okay with this, right? He could have been like, you've already searched here. She's not here. Get the hell out of here. But he didn't. And he doesn't have to be inviting these people to his property.
Right.
That's right.
Well,
I don't know. I mean, in the words of the behavior panel, if they're lying, wow.
Yeah.
Now,
Right.
Mhm.
We know that Candace is the best actress ever and she should be on a soap opera or something.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I think those emotions she had were real that night. I think they really were. The
Yeah.
story was fake, but her emotions were real.
Yeah. That's everything that built up. When did that happen? 3 months? 2.5 months in?
Mhm.
Something like that. Excuse me. I mean, you're right. That's all those emotions built up. And I'm sure that once they start coming out, they're all just going to pour out.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, don't act like, I don't know. I don't want to say that. I was going to say, don't act like we all haven't had a time where we've cried and then everything hits you at once. So you just are crying just to be crying. I'm a man and I've done that. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to make excuses. I'm not saying that anything that was done was right by no means. But I mean, I feel like maybe a little alcohol was involved. They sat there and they were tired of getting slammed and beat up, and they're like, that was probably just something not well thought out. That's what I've explained it from the get go. An impulse action that didn't go the right way or something. There's no way for us to be able to explain it, and that's
No. And I mean, there was really no explanation for it because it was wrong, It wasn't the right choice to make.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, I'm not convinced they're not involved. Well, nobody is because we don't know the truth. But you know what we are convinced of? You don't have to be a shitty person.
That's
You
right.
don't have to be in these chats calling them dope fiends and
Yeah.
calling them perverts and calling them disgusting and calling them child abusers and all of this other stuff. You haven't seen a CPS report, okay? You
That's
haven't
right.
talked to CPS. You haven't
Nobody's
talked to
seen
law
that.
enforcement. They're not telling you this case. You
No.
don't know. You know exactly what they've let you see of them on social media. The rest of it's made up by gossip mongers who have nothing better to do than hop on every panel and talk about a family that's completely broken.
That's
Now,
right.
are you
Exactly.
going to be part of the problem and continue to help them do this? Or are you going to do something useful with your time? Because this isn't useful. You may
No.
not like them, but they don't know you from a hole in the head. So they don't
Exactly.
care.
You talked about something too at the beginning. Let's remember this too. When her first marriage in Wisconsin, she was in a domestic, uh,
Mhm.
she was in a relationship that she was getting beat down herself, and her
Yeah.
kids were by the man that she was with. It was not her beating these children, and it's in the report. I think like you said, you did the video on it.
Yeah. And we don't know what happened.
No,
I was very curious. I'm like, wait a minute. If this story's true, this lady she should be in prison, right? So
right.
you dig. You don't just go with any rumor that people are telling you. You really
Exactly.
need to dig. If Candace beat a baby with a baseball bat,
Yeah,
she would have been in prison.
exactly. There's not just
You
going to
don't get
take.
a slap on the wrist for something like that.
No.
No, you get a slap on the wrist for, your baby goes in with a fractured finger. You
Yeah.
might not get in too much trouble, right? Or something weird happens and you can't explain it and you're using, so they're going to blame you. Okay.
Yeah.
Beating a baby with a baseball bat. And that was all from some lady who says she was the foster mother to the girl, not the boy, the girl.
Exactly. And that
So
that
come
got
on.
twisted too. That got twisted too. Candace reached out to her daughter, Candace
Floating.
Floden, reached out
Floating,
to
yeah.
her via Facebook and explained everything and said she was sorry. That was I actually had the screenshots of that and put it up.
Yeah.
That what got all twisted out of they tried to make her look like this foster mother that came out and said, "Oh well, I had to get her in touch with them." And when she called, they said to f off and to lose that effing number, and
Right.
that was not true whatsoever. Candace reached out to her own daughter, Candace Floden, and said, "This is what happened when you were little. I was going through drug addiction because your father was kind of forcing me to do them while I was there." And bad things happened, and y'all were taken away from me,
Well,
and
she
I'm
said she
sorry.
wrote
I'm
actually that
ad-libbing there, but
she said that
No,
she
yeah,
wrote
you're pretty
her
right.
rights, that because she had hoped that they would have a better life.
yeah,
Hmm. Yep. She said I couldn't take care of you.
Right.
So I had to make the choice,
yeah,
And she was young. She couldn't take care of them.
Yeah,
And it was probably a better choice. But they did end up in a place where they were abused. And I mean, I feel terrible for Andrew for whatever happened to him.
yeah,
But to just blatantly say that Candace is the one who did it without proof, real proof, is horrible. No, Candace might not be the best person in the world. Maybe she's not. Dawn either. But
right.
you can't just make up facts because you want them to be facts.
yeah,
Just
And
because you want them to be, because it's more interesting than just saying we don't know what happened.
exactly.
It's
exactly.
not easy not to have the answers, but guess what? We don't have them. We don't know.
We have actually had people comment on our videos saying, even if it comes out that they are 100% innocent, I will still think that they are guilty.
Yeah. I was
And
like, what?
like, how? If we find out every detail, everything that happened, and they are not involved at all, people are still saying that they're going to say they're guilty. I don't understand.
That's called stubbornness,
Yeah.
and called that I
Hard-headed.
can't say that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
That's a problem. that's a problem with the country we live in the world we live in today, that we can't backtrack and say, hey, you know what, I made a mistake, I called that wrong. I've done it many a times in my life, and then just because, I hate the idea that people say that just because you've done something in your past or got in trouble that you can't change and that you can't be a
Right.
better person tomorrow. Because there's a lot of people that choose not to change their life, but there's a lot that do, and they shouldn't be weighed down by that.
Yeah.
And we don't know, you've seen them, you've talked to them. We've
Yeah,
seen certain behaviors here on the internet. So
yeah,
can I say that these guys are completely turning their lives around in order to get their children back? No, I can't say that
no,
because
yeah,
I'd be lying. I mean, I may say don't bash these parents over summer, but we can discuss because they've chosen to come on social media.
Mhm.
We can discuss those actions.
that's
And
right,
unfortunately, they've made a hell of a lot of mistakes being on here.
Yeah.
that's right.
They've made a lot of bad choices and it doesn't look good. So yes, I understand people talking about those things. And
Yeah,
then you've got their sisters and they're
yeah,
very likable. So what do? You don't
yeah,
want to harm somebody like that either.
yeah,
So it's a delicate thing. He just absolutely should never be back on YouTube.
yeah. And there's things that with Candace, I've told her, I said, you know what, I'm happy that you haven't gone out and talked to these people, because I mean she's had a hard life. People don't even know the half of what this
Yeah.
woman has went through in her life. Um,
Right.
Everybody thinks they know
they think
everything
they
about
know,
both of their lives, but
yeah, and yeah, exactly. I'll agree with you. Have they made the right decisions? Have they made all the efforts? No, but I think that, like I said at the beginning, sometimes we have hard wake up calls through life. Let's hope that they heed these warnings and they do just that, because it's going to take that for the boys. It's going to
yeah.
take 100% trying and stopping everything and having a home for them to be able to come back to, and for Summer to come back to, God willing.
Yeah. I mean,
Guys,
they need some intense therapy.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
They do. I'm just losing a kid. You probably need intense therapy. We
yeah,
don't know where Summer is, when or if she's coming back, you
Exactly.
know, plus their childhoods,
yeah,
plus the addiction, there's a lot that they could probably benefit from therapy, right?
yeah.
And
Absolutely.
Guys, thank y'all so much for being a part of this. Heather, Chasing, Gonzo, Lisa, and Tina.
Yeah.
I got them all.
You got them
I can't
all.
believe I did that.
good memory,
Yeah.
Cam.
I wish his memory was really that good.
Guys,
And I
thank you
did
so
email
much.
you, Cam and Allie, I did email you just, I don't know, like 10 minutes ago. I went ahead and emailed it over before I forgot. So you should have it.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
everything that you added to this. That was good. And they'll definitely be looking into that, and we can pass all that stuff on to the people with the PIs, stuff like that. That's important stuff. They need to know that stuff.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that.
Sure, no problem.
Chasing, thank you so much for being a part of this.
Sure. And, I want to be clear. This is your channel, and I know you guys don't bash other creators, and neither do I ever.
Yeah,
The main things that I'm talking about are the people coming out of the woodwork
that's right.
and us entertaining them as a whole.
Yeah,
And then the comments, I don't know if the people in the chats are creators. Most of them, I don't think are,
yeah,
but it just takes a certain level of depravity. Some of the comments are shocking. Some of the things that are being done in the name of justice for Summer or bringing Summer home are really sad. So
yeah.
just
And
think before we're typing. Really, really think.
thank you for saying that. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
some of the things I read, it's almost like it's not even about a missing little girl anymore. It's just people creating drama, and making it about themselves.
Yeah, and guys, oh, Amanda Esvita, thank you for coming over here. And guys, like, I'm gonna agree with Chasing Truth on that too. We're not slamming any other creators. We don't talk about any other creators. We are just saying, think before you type, think before you talk. Let's be
Gray Goose.
main.
Gray definitely does. If anybody needs someone bashed, just hit up Gray. He'll do it for you.
Yeah.
And Gray will get them for you.
Yeah. Thank you, Graham. It says a lot that you come over here and be a part of our channel, YouTube, Chasing Truth. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me up.
Yeah, no problem.
Anytime.
All right, hon.
All right, guys. I'll see y'all
All
later.
right.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Awesome. Guys, tonight we played it, we shot from the hip tonight, and we I think this was a really good live. I think a lot of good things were talked about tonight. And let's just remember that innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
Let's go where the evidence goes. Let's think before we act, especially before we, talk. This is these are, just moral things that we have to do as people that treat other people humanely. Thank you for the people that are over here that have been with us since the beginning. We really appreciate you. We love all of you guys. We'll pray and we'll go. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for everything that happened tonight on this live. Thank you for the information that you allow us to have through the internet, if we just take the time to go look into it, Lord. Lord, we ask that we just take a step back and think before we act in all aspects of our life, not just this. Lord, let's treat each other as we would like to be treated. First and foremost, you say that in your word. Let us follow that. God, we ask that you put a hedge of protection around Summer, just like you did Cleo. And, we just pray, God, that you protect these children that are missing. You had a miracle come out with that little girl in Australia. Let the same thing happen here. Let the hate stop, and let's get answers, Lord. We ask for protection over these dive teams, and we ask that you just be with them. Thank you, God, for everything you do in our life. Thank you for the breath in our lungs. Thank you for the life we have every day to be able to hug our children and our loved ones. We pray for the people that can't. We ask that you are with them and give them hope and peace in their heart. And God, let them know that you are there loving them and always there to comfort them. God, we pray these things in your mighty name. Amen.
Amen.
All right, guys. And remember, at the end of the day, everybody wants justice.
But justice doesn't have to be carried out with hate.
We love y'all, and we will catch you next time.
Bye.